Alright, so the last video, it wasn't that great. Not even gonna lie. And my friend told me I sound like I'm having emotional trauma. So I told her, alright, I'm gonna take some and I'm gonna redo the video. So this time, I am much better prepared. I wrote a script, so let's get to it. Where Winds Meet. It's a game developed by Redone Studios and NetEase. I mean, published by NetEase. Yes, that NetEase. I know what you're thinking, and I'll get back to that later. Maybe 2 parts later. If I can describe the game in a few words, it will be Wuthering Waves and Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. It's like Wuthering Wave, bend the Hidden Dragon over, and they had a baby. And that baby is Where Winds Meet. I feel like my years of suffering at weekend Chinese school finally paid off. It's like my life has a purpose again. Thanks, Mom. Dad. Alright, bad jokes aside, I'm actually pretty excited about this game. And not because I'm of a Chinese descent, but more so because we don't have a lot of wuxia, action, fantasy, open world, action RPGs on a AAA scale. So hopefully this game is going to be a treat for all of us. The game is being published by NetEase, the studio behind Diablo Immortal with Activision Blizzard. If you heard any news about that game or saw any YouTube videos, you knew how predatory that game was. So this is also a big concern of mine. So hopefully as I go through the video with you, I can give you a clear picture on what's going on. Alright, before we get into it, a little bit of history. The game uses the 5 dynasties and the 10 kingdoms period as its backdrop. The story starts with you being attacked by a masked man. Shocking, I know. And the only thing he took from you is a jade pendant, which you have no idea what it's for either. But from here on, your journey allows you to unfold the secrets of those closest to you and the secrets of those you never even knew. Maybe? I don't know. I've only been playing the game for like 30 hours. And a new area was just recently released, so I have some catch up to do. Yeah. This game is not short on activities for you to do, and I mean not at all. Going from stealing people's techniques, to learning techniques, to dungeon hopping, and finding rare events. This game has pretty much everything. And what shocked me the most is actually the character customization. It is the most comprehensive character customization I've ever seen in any game. MMOs or what was that other game? Skyrim. Yeah, that one. Every part of your face is customizable, including width, depth, height, thickness. It is amazing to see how in-depth the customization system is. And that's not all of it. They actually have an AI system to customize your face. You can tell it how you want your face to look. 眼睛大一点，眼睛大一点。And there's also where you can submit a picture of yourself and have the AI customize the face to according to the image they see. I uploaded a 3D model picture, and it was telling me there's some issues. I don't know what that's about. And one of my favorite streamers is, of course, the Goblin King, Asmongold. I remember him checking out the trailer. He has some positive stuff to say about it. So I'm wondering what he's gonna look like. Maybe this? I think he's a bit too handsome in this. Yeah, a little bit. Anyways, after spending about 20 to 30 minutes to figure out which K-pop star you want to look like or which fanboy you want to follow, you're off to the game. You can either go solo or multiplayer mode. Solo has multiple difficulties that you can adjust depending on your preference. The game will also remind you of multiplayer features that is available to you depending on your level. As you collect overworld objectives to fill your belt notches, you'll often find side quests and hidden quests in the area of the main quest. Some of them even requires you to eavesdrop on people near you. And as far as the multiplayer goes, well, the game will spend no time reminding you that there's a lot to do there as well. You can either go to your in-game menu to search for the multiplayer mode, or you can encounter world objectives where it will take you there automatically. Multiplayer mode has PvP and PvE 2 modes available, but within those 2 modes there are a subset of few modes like 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, or a group of 5 running through a dungeon. There's also 10 player, but I haven't unlocked that yet, so I'm not sure if it's something similar to a raid, but I'll find out. With all of these things to do, you won't be bored, right? Well, you might be. And the Chinese thought of something else for you to do. Dating. Yes, there's even a feature for dating. In this feature, you're literally being asked to fill out your profile for dating. And it also gives you an option to pick up someone else's profile to see if you guys are matched. Where it goes from here, I don't know, but I hope you find that special someone. One of the things I am most impressed by is the boss fight. I really enjoyed my time Black Myth Wukong, and I thought it had impressive visuals and scales. I figured it'd be a while before anything can impress me to that level. But this game did it. The very first boss I faced pulled a 360 on me. You can see for yourself.
你明明有剑，为什么没能救人呢？再给你一次机会，来，杀了我吧！
I was actually really impressed by this boss fight, so when the story ended, I went back to the challenge mode just to experience the fight again. And obviously it's not the same as the first time, but it's still a pretty cool encounter. So as you go through the game, more features and functions become available, and I think one of the coolest thing about this game is actually its weapon-based class archetype. I went with the Broadblade, which is a tanking archetype, but I can also use spears, swords, fans, umbrellas. I'm not limited to just what I picked. I can learn anything as long as I find the correct. On top of these weapon-based skills, there's also passive skills. You'll learn these either through quests or side objectives. So far, I've unlocked one that benefits my sword skills, tanking, one that restores 5 energy I think, and one that triggers a buff if there's a specific debuff on me, from my understanding of reading the text. And each of these skills can actually be leveled up further if you have the correct material. And I've gotten some of them through gacha, some of them through quests, and some of them through random drops. And if you're looking at the screen right now, each of the circles are considered a level, well, a realm. And each realm has 9 different sections. So basically each of these dot times 9. That's how long it's going to take you to master the skill, is my understanding. On top of all of that, you also get a set of special techniques. They serve more of a supporting role. You get a pressure point technique, a jumping technique, a leaping technique, and a throwing technique. Also, there's telekinesis. I've only used it a couple of times, but the pressure point technique is actually very cool. During a boss encounter, if you press it when you see the right prompt, it actually stuns the boss. And the jumping technique, it allows me to jump on top of buildings. The throwing technique is also called Tai Chi. You can actually use it in any encounters. Basically, you're just throwing the enemy off their guards. They stay down for a bit and you get a couple seconds to attack them. There's also the universal skill. Some of them are passive, some of them are active. One of them is like a radar, so when I find out more, I'll let you guys know. There's also an agility technique, which is basically what allows you to walk on water, walk on wall, and fly in the sky. And then there's talents. You have 3 sets of talents: PvE, PvP, and Field Boss. PvE talents basically unlock different special skill slots, special traits, and increase accuracy and damage, I believe is my understanding of it. PvP talent, I'm not sure, I haven't done any. Field Boss, I haven't run into any either, so I'll find out more for you guys in a later video. This game also includes a huge comprehensive codex. It has a detailed records of the town you've been to, NPC you've interacted with, stories you've discovered, and there's a section for hidden stories, which you have to interact with multiple NPC to find that, and it records it and puts it on a picture like a tree with its roots going down into the ground. And there's also a very comprehensive section of animals, items, plants, weapons, and medicines you've either encountered, ran into, picked, or made. And it has a musical instrument. It's incredibly detailed. It'll record everything. The only thing that's missing are things that you didn't run into. Reminds me of Red Dead Redemption. One of the most interesting aspects of this game is actually you forming a relationship with the NPC. You can talk to them, accept their request, also just ask them how they're doing. They'll have a conversation with you in DMs like they're an actual person. Depends on your reply, they'll answer with a different response, almost like a real person. For now, it feels like they're responding to key phrases or key sentences. And just like this guy I'm talking to, he replies to me and seems like an actual person. And you can see that I actually replied in English. And he told me he doesn't understand the language, but somehow he feels what I'm telling him. And now I'm going to address the thing that you probably been waiting for: monetization. There is a battle pass. You can buy that, unlocks more rewards and materials for your playtime. And then the gacha itself. It seems there's a free currency that you get from the game that you can use to exchange for gacha currency. You can pull anything like mounts, cosmetics, weapon skins, and even skill animations. Some skins are time limited, others are here for a long time from the looks of it, especially weapon skins and skill animations. But there doesn't seem to be anything that's power related. But there are skill books that you can get from the gacha and healing items. But since I don't have a Chinese bank account, I can't really top up and buy anything, so all I can do is go off of what's been happening to me when I do the free pulls. So as of right now, this game seems to be the most free-to-play friendly game NetEase ever released. If you're still watching, thank you for your patience, and I hope I'm giving you enough to think about when this game is released in the West. I am personally looking forward to it. Even though I speak Chinese, some of the language used are pretty old, so even I have trouble understanding. And hopefully the localization to English will be done with a top-notch voice acting studio, because this one was done by a top-notch studio in China. And I'm really interested in seeing how the AI NPC response translated into English. And some minor gripes: the combat. There are times when a skill that was previously parried with a prompt, now the prompt disappeared. I'm not even sure if it's intended or if I just missed the timer on that one, but it happens quite often. And I still fall through the world and die, even though we're on the latest patch right now on the Chinese server. So I hope they look into that a bit more, and sometimes I also get stuck. But there's an unstuck button, so that's good. I hope everyone just give this game a chance. Since it has no paying for power, maybe this will be more friendly in the West. So thank you for watching. If there's any mistakes, comment below and let me know. And please like, share, and subscribe.